Hey guys, how's it going? 37th vlog of the year, and today's Childhood Story Monday. So, you know what that means? It's time for a childhood story. And today's childhood story is has to do with girls, and it has to do with the how much of an idiot I was with my first girlfriends. Now, the stories extend through high school, but I think that counts as a childhood story because I wasn't quite an adult yet. And I know some of you guys are still in high school, but you're a child. Sorry, that sounded rude. Yeah, you're not an adult, so I think it counts for childhood story. Anyway, it was over 5 years ago, so that was my childhood, right? um, okay, and the reason I think this is a good topic today is because today I gathered my balls together and I called this girl that I know and I asked her, do you want to go on a date with me? And she said yes, and we have plans for Wednesday. So I'm happy right now, and I feel like looking back at all of the relationships I've had that were really crappy, because this one's going to be good. Well, it's not a relationship yet. I don't know if it will be, but, you know, that's whatever. This first date, whatever. Fuck it, I'm happy. You can't bring me down, YouTube. Okay, so, big news out of the way. Childhood story, moving onward. So, my first girlfriend was when I was in 8th grade. Now, I think it requires some backstory. When I was in preschool through, like, maybe 4th grade, I was a pimp, okay? I distinctly remember this. In preschool one day, there were two girls who were fighting over which one was my girlfriend. And I was just sitting there watching, and I remember this, and I remember thinking, like, neither of you is my girlfriend. Like, I'm not going to tell them that, though. This is fun. And my mom liked to take photographs of me kissing girls because apparently I did that. I don't remember that at all. And I have a fantastic memory. In case you don't already know that, you will know it, you know, after enough of these childhood stories, that I have a fantastic memory. I remember everything. But my mom has like 4 or 5 photographs of me just kissing girls when I was like 4 or 5. I have no recollection of them. I mean, I know who they are, sort of, now, and like I'm like, oh, I remember her, sort of. I don't remember kissing her. And then I go look at her Facebook page, and I'm like, oh, you're engaged now. Okay, goodbye. Yes. I get their names from my mom. It's not like I just, you know, I'm like, who is this person? Okay, I'm gonna. That makes it sound okay. That doesn't make it sound any better. I still sound like a creep. So, just pretend I never said that. I don't look up the Facebook profiles of girls that I kissed when I was 3. That's weird. Who does that? I don't know. Okay, so there you go. There's the backstory. I was like, girls got them everywhere when I was in preschool. Fast forward to 6th grade, I am an insecure, pathetic, awkward tween. Okay, 6th grade. I remember I liked this girl. Her name was Jenny, and I never talked to her, not once. And sometimes she would say things to me like, thank you, or hi, John, or see you later. And I think those were the only things she's ever said to me. And every time I would go, oh my god, she talked to me. So there you go. I went from girls got him everywhere to, oh my god, she talked to me. So now fast forward to 8th grade. I went to my friend's church, and there was this girl there who was best friends with my best friend's girlfriend. Now, in case you're like, what just happened? Okay, my best friend, his name was Matthew, he was dating this girl named Belinda. And when I say dating, I just meant that they liked each other and they made out. Because that's all it means in 8th grade. And her best friend, Becca, thought I was cute. And I was like, oh my god, a girl likes me. And so Belinda called me. I'm sorry, I forgot that every time I touch the table, it makes a really loud sound on the webcam. I'll stop that. Okay, this is me. I'm the middle finger. This is Matthew. This is Belinda. This is Becca. So Belinda called me on the phone like a lot and was like, do you like Becca, huh? And I was just like, she's okay, I guess. But she likes me, right? And she was all like, yeah. And so one day, she called me, and Becca was on the 3-way. This isn't helping. I'm going to stop doing it. She was on the 3-way phone call. Whoa, I'm sorry about that. That was not a burp. I don't burp. Oh, another one's coming. Oh my god. You didn't see it or hear it, so it didn't happen. And Yeah, she was on the three-way, and then she was like, "So you and Becca, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's all right." And then she was like, "Okay, that's it. You two are going out starting right now." And I was like, "Huh?" And then Becca was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Okay." So we went out for 2 months, but what I didn't know was that the entire time she was making out with some guy from school and cheating on me, which I would have too, because you know what? I didn't touch her the entire 2 months. We only saw her, I only saw her like once a week at church. Can't do anything there. And I was too scared to like ever touch her. And so I just like I was just like, oh, why would I? Maybe she doesn't want me to. Oh my God, I don't want to make her uncomfortable. That would be like, that's not being a good boyfriend. And so what I didn't know was that she was totally ready to do that, and I just never went for. I didn't even hold her hand or put my arm around her or do any boyfriend things. So I don't blame her for cheating on me or whatever. That's great. Good for you. I would have done it too. I actually applaud her. And actually, the girls that I'm about to tell you about that abused me, I actually applaud them now because I was an idiot and I deserved it. And I remember her sister. Oh wait, okay. The way that she broke up with me was that Belinda, the one who said you two are going out in the first place, she and my best friend broke up. And then, like, a couple days later, like 2 days later, she called me and was like, Becca wants me to tell you that it's over. And I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, do you need some time alone? And I was like, yes. And I remember I cried and I had a long talk with my mom and it was like this big thing. And now I'm looking back and I was like, you were 13. None of your problems actually matter to anyone. Actually, nothing you have done has actually mattered to anyone, 13-year-old John. I wish I could go back in time and just tell myself, like, you are insignificant. This is not a big deal, but I can't. So, if you're 13 and you're watching this and your girlfriend just dumped you via your best friend and you never held hands with her for 2 months, get over it and move on with your life. Okay, I probably just made you ball harder just now because that's what I would have done. So, fast forward to when I was 16. That's when I got my second girlfriend, my first real one. There's this girl named Lindsay, and I had liked her for a couple months. And I was playing football, and she came to the games. And during the game, like, I hadn't told anyone that I liked her. I hadn't told anyone. But I had, but like right before the game, like the day before, I had told my best friend James, who I'm still friends with. He actually lives a couple doors down, and we're going to college together. We're going to graduate in May together. It's weird. Known the guy for like 8 years now. Anyway, that's just a side note. Girls! And so, somehow, Lindsay was sitting in the stands, and my friends Christine and Chelsea were like, so if John asked you out, would you say yes? And she was like, what? I guess. Like, no. Or whatever. And the reason she said that is because she didn't actually like me, which you will find out later. I found out later. And so after the game, I remember I still had my pads on and everything, and I was like, hey, can I talk to you? And so we moved like 5 feet away from the crowd of people, And I was like, so I like you. You want to go on a date with me? And she was like, yeah, how about tonight? And I was like, yes, let's do it! And so we went and saw a Hilary Duff movie, The Perfect Man, and we saw it at a Dollar Theater. Oh my God, my dad dropped me off. Oh my God, because I didn't have a car. Oh my God. She drove us around the entire 5 months that we were together because I didn't have a car. So there you go. Anyway, now, over the course of 5 months that we were together, probably the high point was about 2 months in, and then the last 3 months just sucked. It was nothing more than a glorified friendship. She was just my best friend, and I asked her out because I was an insecure idiot who was like, I guess it's about time I get a girlfriend. I'm 16. And so, and keep in mind, I hadn't kissed a girl up until this point, and I didn't kiss her either. So I didn't do it. We held hands 3 times. And the reason, okay, this time it wasn't because I was just a pussy. That was part of it. But another reason was because I kept getting this vibe from her that, like, she doesn't want me to touch her. And I was just like, am I reading this right, or am I just being paranoid? And I wasn't being paranoid. I was right. She didn't want to. If I had tried to kiss her, probably wouldn't have worked out. So I should have just done it anyway. Should have just been like a total d-bag, like come here, like I don't know. But then she broke up with me one day, November 4th, I believe was the date. Is that right? That is not. That's definitely not right. It was in December. Yes, December. I don't know why the month matters. Anyway, she broke up with me in an email. That's right. I was checking my email one day, and it was, oh, new email from Lindsay. What could this be? Dear John, we're breaking up. Goodbye. That's not what it said, but you know. And so I got it, and I was mad. I was like, this will not do. You cannot break up with someone in an email. Now, looking back, I don't actually blame her that much, because when you're as clingy and emotionally fragile as I was, I don't think I could have been able to handle it any other way. So I think if I were her, I would have been scared to do it too, so I would have sent an email. Her mom helped her write it too, which just makes the whole thing worse. And so I called her and I was like, what the fuck? You know, and then she was like, sorry. And then I was like, and you know what, actually, okay, no. We broke up in January, and we actually broke up in December, but then we dated for a month after that because I was trying to convince her to not leave me. I know, it sounds weird. I'm just remembering all this as it's coming back. So anyway, I did not kiss a girl until my next girlfriend, which was when I was 17, and I was a little bit more competent by then. But then I ended up dating that girl for a year and 7 months, and now she's dating some Chilean reality star. It's really weird. So that was into freshman year of college, and that is the last girl I will talk about. But everything was fine with that one. Now you may be wondering, John, are you still friends with any of these girls? Why, yes I am. Actually, I added Becca, I think I had her on MySpace in high school, and she commented on my photos and was like, you're hot, and I was like, you're weird, and then I deleted her. So I don't keep up with her. She's in the Air Force now or something. And then Lindsay, actually, I'm still friends with her. I added her on Facebook and actually had dinner with her a couple months ago. Just a friends thing. It was fun. We just talked, and we had wings because we both love wings. And the last girl I talked about, that I dated for a year and a half, we're still friends, but her boyfriend hates me. And I don't know why, because I never done anything to him. And you should see him. He is ripped. And there's a reason he's a reality star or whatever. He's got music videos on YouTube. I don't know. I'm not going to link you, by the way, so don't even bother asking. I hate him. Just kidding, I don't hate him. But he hates me, so I kind of hate him. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, he moved to America now, so that's cool. Anyway, so that's my childhood story for Monday. Yeah, so if you're wondering how my date's gonna go on Wednesday, I'll tell you on Show and Tell Wednesday. Show and Tell Wednesday, I'm not going to show and tell her, by the way. So don't expect that. Okay. I'm going to show and tell something interesting. Oh, that was kind of a burn to her. Just kidding. Okay, that's about it. So, see you guys tomorrow, Pet Peeve Tuesday, and I will probably record that video after I get out of a 3-hour class, so I'll probably have some fuel from that. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.